In the high, cold slopes of the Andes mountain range, where the air is so thin that every breath becomes precious, the snow crystals begin to melt. Small drops of water slide over the ancient layer of ice, follow the mountain rocks, and then disappear into a crack. They do not know that from that moment, their journey has begun. Thousands of miles ahead, there is a completely different world. Valleys covered with vegetation, jungles without a visible endpoint, and rivers so wide that both shores disappear behind the horizon. And the endpoint is the Atlantic Ocean. From solitary drops, countless currents will meet to create one of the largest river systems on the planet. The Amazon. From the Andean plateaus, water descends continuously down the steep slopes. The small currents gradually unite to become tributaries. The tributaries continue joining larger rivers. Finally, all direct themselves toward a colossal center, the Amazon basin. This is the river system with the greatest freshwater flow on Earth. Every second, approximately 55,000 cubic feet of freshwater pour into the Atlantic Ocean. That colossal amount of water creates a significant low salinity area off the mouth, which can extend hundreds of miles depending on the season and ocean conditions. But the Amazon is not simply a freshwater current that flows into the sea. It is a rich and constantly developing network of life. Its basin extends across several South American countries, covering millions of square miles of tropical forest. Hundreds of thousands of species depend directly or indirectly on this system. The trees need water, the animals need water, and the entire ecosystem depends on this flow. And it is the very jungle that contributes to returning the water to the sky. A colossal cycle, a system where each part is connected to the other, and countless organisms adapt to each different world. Along that network, there are hundreds of billions of trees, some reaching dozens of feet in height, forming a continuous canopy overhead. But where the jungle and the river meet, a predator lies motionless, hidden, waiting for its opportunity. A female anaconda, she lies motionless among the shallow waters, almost dissolving into the murky water, the aquatic bushes, and the layer of dark mud below. This is one of the snake species with the greatest body mass on the planet. Adult individuals can measure more than 16 feet, with a body so colossal that when it lies on the shore, it appears like an enormous trunk that moves slowly. But that colossal size does not make the anaconda clumsy. On the contrary, it has evolved to become an almost perfect predator in the world of rivers, swamps, and frequently flooded forests of the Amazon. As a semi-aquatic species, its eyes and nostrils are on the upper part of the head, allowing it to expose only a small part of the body above the water surface to observe and breathe, while the rest of the colossal body remains hidden below. Its olive green or grayish-green skin with oval black spots contributes to breaking the body contours between the mud, algae, and shadow. And today, its target lies not far away, a young black caiman. In this swampy zone, the caiman is also one of the most formidable predators. Adult individuals can measure more than 13 to 16 feet. They possess a heavy and colossal body, along with a strongly developed muscular system. Their most fearsome weapon is the wide jaw with a series of sharp teeth designed to firmly block prey and generate an extremely large bite force. A bite in a critical zone can cause serious injuries, even threaten the life of any predator. The anaconda understands this well. She is in no hurry. Her body begins to slide through the water, almost without producing sound. The caiman remains motionless, without perceiving at all that a body of several yards is approaching from behind. She continues shortening the distance. She does not attack immediately, because a successful ambush does not depend only on strength, it depends on the opportune moment. She continues shortening the distance until it is short enough for the attack to have the greatest probability of success. Then suddenly, all her strength explodes. The entire body launches forward. The curved teeth immediately block the caiman. The constricting coils quickly limit the caiman's movement capacity. The anaconda has an extremely effective mechanism to subdue prey. First, she uses her curved teeth to firmly hold her prey, then coils her body in multiple turns and squeezes with force. This mechanism does not seek primarily to crush the bones. The pressure of the muscular coils can compress the blood vessels, alter circulation, and cause the amount of oxygen supplied to the brain and important organs to decrease rapidly. The more the prey resists, the more energy it consumes, while its circulatory capacity continues weakening. That is why the anaconda wins through the combination of ambush, holding, and compression that alters circulation. With dangerous prey like the caiman, she only loosens when the opponent has completely lost the capacity to counterattack. In the challenging world of the Amazon, that is the hunting art of this species of constrictor snake. However, the anaconda is also not the absolute sovereign of this land. She quickly seeks a safe place after eating, because this is the moment when she is most vulnerable. And, especially, has seen another predator appear from the side of the jungle, a jaguar. The jaguar is not the largest feline in the world, but in the tropical forest of America, it is one of the most formidable predators. Its low body, wide shoulders, and dense musculature help it generate tremendous force at very short distance. Unlike many large felines that usually subdue prey by asphyxiation, the jaguar has a different strategy. It uses its jaw with fangs that can pierce hard tissues. Thanks to the strongly developed jaw musculature, it can subdue prey effectively and quickly. Today, its target is a very special prey. Just like the anaconda, it aims at the young caimans that concentrate with high density in this stretch of the river. Although the encounter between the caiman and the anaconda just occurred a short time ago, that is only a part of how the Amazon functions. Each animal species is a link of the entire complete ecological chain. That is why calm quickly returns to the swampy zone. For most animals of the shore, the water surface is a place where one must be alert. But for the jaguar, hunting underwater is not an obstacle. It approaches little by little, its body almost stuck to the ground. The patterns on its fur merge with the light and shadow under the canopy, helping it camouflage and avoid being detected by the caiman. Then, the jaguar launches, the water surface explodes. An intense struggle occurs in a few seconds. Jaguar has won. It drags its prey toward the shore. One of the most dangerous confrontations of the Amazon ends right where the land touches the river. Here, there is no absolute territory. There are only borders that always change. Predators on land, predators in the water, and the intermediate zone between the two worlds. And the jaguar's existence has meaning not only for itself. A healthy ecosystem needs predators at the highest position. When they disappear, the number of prey can change considerably. The herbivorous animals increase. The young trees are consumed more. The intermediate predators also change behavior. When an apex predator decreases considerably, the change in the quantity and behavior of the lower species can propagate through many levels of the food web. This phenomenon is called trophic cascade. In nature, sometimes an organism that appears to be only an isolated individual plays a role similar to that of an important link in the entire system. And the Amazon has many of these links. Not far away, one of them lives right on the water surface. They go in groups, hunt in a pack, and raise the young together. A family of giant otters. Before seeing them, generally you hear them. A sharp call, a responding call, then more sounds that follow one after another. The whole river seems to be emitting signals. They are one of the species with the most complex social life in the world of otters. A family can be formed by multiple individuals who coordinate in the search for food, and when danger appears, the entire group reacts almost instantly. Each individual has its own patterns on the neck and chest. They are not like fingerprints completely, but they are distinctive enough for researchers to identify each individual. When hunting fish, they do not necessarily pursue a single prey. In some hunts, the members can coordinate to corner the fish in shallow waters or narrow areas. Other individuals block the escape routes. When the prey is cornered, the attack occurs almost simultaneously. The prey is generally eaten directly in the water or taken to the shore, and the group members can feed together in the same area. This is the reason why the giant otter is sometimes compared to the wolves of the river. Where the river widens and the current seems to slow down, another organism slides silently. A pink shadow passes over the water surface, then disappears, then reappears. It is the appearance of the Amazon River dolphin. Among the brown and murky waters loaded with sediments, where visibility is only a few yards and the eyes can hardly help, but for them that is not a great obstacle. They do not depend mainly on sight to explore the world. Instead, the Boto uses biosonar, a location system that emits high-frequency sounds, and then analyzes the reflected echoes to determine the location of prey, roots, and surrounding objects. A location system especially adapted to the murky and complex aquatic environment of the flooded Amazon jungle. But the location capacity is not the only thing that makes the Boto different. Unlike most marine dolphins, the Boto's cervical vertebrae are not completely fused. Thanks to that, the part of its head can move flexibly, helping it maneuver among submerged roots, sunken trunks, and narrow spaces where other dolphin species can hardly turn. Its large pectoral fins can also function relatively independently, allowing the Boto to change direction quickly and almost rotate in the same place. In the labyrinth under the Amazon water surface, that capacity is a survival advantage. But for the communities that live along the river, the Boto is not simply an animal. They call it by the name Boto encantado, the mystic dolphin. According to ancient legends, on full moon nights, the Boto can transform into a young man dressed in white, with a hat to cover the breathing hole on the top of the head, and then go up to the shore and mix with the human world. That story has been transmitted from generation to generation. That is why the Boto has become a symbol of respect toward the current and the natural world that humans share. But today, the world on which the Boto depends is changing. In 2023, Lake Tefé experienced one of the most severe heat waves ever recorded. The water temperature rose to extreme levels, reaching at some point approximately 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Hundreds of botos began to die. In just a few weeks, more than 200 individuals were found dead in the area. The scientists of the Mamirawa Institute had to face a scene never before seen at that scale. Water had always been the place that protected them. Now it is precisely water that becomes the threat. And the Boto story shows us something alarming. When the temperature of the Amazon continues rising, the organisms that have evolved for millions of years to live in this river may not have enough time to adapt. The current that was their home may one day become the colossal trap from which they cannot escape, and not only the Boto faces an uncertain future. Above the enormous trunks over the jungle, a completely different world from the one under the murky water continues developing. Where the sunlight is filtered by millions of leaves, where a predator can see the prey from a height of dozens of yards. The Harpy Eagle. When hunting, it does not need a wide sky to hunt. It prefers narrow places, natural corridors between the branches, spaces that barely fit its colossal wings when passing. Its talons are so large that when placed next to a human hand, they give an almost disproportionate sensation. The feathers around the head and face can help orient sound, and at the same time, form a characteristic part in the species' morphology. For many hours, the harpy can remain motionless on a branch, without hurry, without pursuing, only observing. A body that moves between the leaves. The target appears a spider monkey that moves between the tall trunks within the dense foliage. Its long tail functions as an additional limb. The final part of the tail has an area of skin rich in sensations, helping it grip firmly to the branch. Thanks to its prehensile tail, the spider monkey can move with flexibility between the branches and overcome the spaces in the forest canopy. The harpy launches, the distance disappears in an instant. The talons open. But it has failed in this hunt. The spider monkey was alert and was faster than her by an instant. The harpy's success rate is not high, in part also because the canopy's prey have evolved to evade the predator. In just an instant, the monkey disappears among the layer of leaves. But to fail does not mean to be in vain, because that same prey is performing important work for the jungle. The spider monkey eats a lot of fruit and then moves through vast areas of forest. The seeds go with them far from the mother tree. A part is expelled to the ground. From there, new trees have the opportunity to grow. They are not only prey, they are the sowers of the forest. In a forest of millions of square miles, carrying seeds from one place to another is a task that cannot be entrusted to the wind or the water. Mostly, the animals will assume that part of the work. That is the reason why the Amazon is not a set of separate species. It is a network where the species, from the largest to the smallest, are a structure that creates the ecosystem of this place. The disappearance of one animal can affect a plant species. The decrease of a plant species can impact the insects. The change in the insects drags the birds. The change in the birds drags the predators. And from there, the effect propagates throughout the entire ecosystem. From the low current to the highest canopy, each species participates in a process greater than its own existence. These connections create the capacity for self-sustainability of the entire forest. And precisely because of this, when a link decreases, the impact may not stop at a single species. If the Amazon really exceeds its tipping point, the organisms that have just appeared in this story will no longer be affected species in isolation. The anaconda loses her hiding place. The food source becomes scarce. The jaguar can lose the shores where it silently ambushes its prey. The giant otter loses the currents where the entire family hunts and raises the next generation. The harpy eagle loses the canopy of dozens of yards, where it builds its nest and dominates the forest sky. The spider monkey loses the trunks that connect the different areas of the forest. And when the seed-dispersing species decrease, millions of seeds will no longer be carried to the necessary places. When the forest's regeneration capacity decreases, the amount of water that the trees return to the atmosphere through the process of transpiration may also decrease. In the long term, this change may affect the rainfall patterns and the water cycle of the region. Each successive link breaks, and finally, the circle of life of the Amazon may no longer be closed as before. But the Amazon story has not yet ended. Many studies show that some recognized indigenous territories have significantly lower forest loss rates than similar areas outside these zones. This reinforces a reality that the people who live next to the river have understood for a long time. The jungle is not just wood. The river is not just a source of water. They are the base of life. Even the legend of the Bodo and Cantido also carries that message. It is not simply a story about a mystic organism. It is the way that previous generations transmit to the following generations the respect for the river, the forest, and the organisms that coexist there. And among the warnings, there still appear rays of hope. In Brazil, the speed of Amazon deforestation has shown clear signs of decrease in recent years. According to the PRODES system of the National Institute of Space Research of Brazil, INPE, the area of forest destroyed in the legal Amazon decreased from 5,033 square miles in 2021 to 2,000. (238 square miles in 2025, equivalent to a reduction of approximately 55%. Only in 2024, the deforested area decreased approximately 28% compared to 2023, from 3,499 square miles to 2,517 square miles. For 2025, the figure continued reducing 11.08%, reaching the lowest level in 11 years. This shows that the direction can still change. The Amazon has changed the course of its own current for millions of years. It has traversed severe climate changes. The forest once shrank, then expanded again. The current once changed direction, and life always found the way to continue. Nature has the capacity for recovery, but that capacity is not infinite. The final question is not whether the Amazon can save itself, but will the human being have enough wisdom to change the direction before the forest does not have enough time to recover on its own?